I'm going to tell you something most business owners won't admit. I wasted $50,000 on a consultant. But here's the thing. It wasn't entirely the consultant's fault. It was mine. And if you ever hire outside help for your business, you need to hear this before you write a single check. This was at one of the 2 restaurants I helped start from scratch. I had just brought on my first GM, good person. Had worked with him in the past. He suggested a consultant, someone who supposedly knew the restaurant business inside and out, specific to my cuisine as well. On paper, it made sense. I thought, I'll bring in an expert, let them do their thing, and we'll come out the other side with better systems, better operations, better results. That was my first mistake. Here's what I got wrong, and I want you to really hear this because it's the most important lesson from this whole experience. I hired a consultant and then I stepped back. I let them work, I let them run meetings, I let them build their frameworks and present their recommendations. I let them build their frameworks and present their recommendations. And I didn't push back enough. I didn't ask enough hard questions. I didn't stay close enough to what they were actually doing day to day. I treated it like outsourcing, like I could hand them the problem and get back a solution. That is not how consulting works. That is not how it should work. And that mistake cost me $50,000. Here's what I know now, and what I'd tell every small business owner before they hire any outside help. A consultant is not a contractor. You are not buying a finished product. You are buying a process. And if you're not deeply involved in that process, you will not get a lot out of it. I think about it this way. A consultant comes in with frameworks and experience, but they don't know your business, they don't know your customers, your team, your neighborhood, your specific challenges. Only you know that. Your job is to take what they know and combine it with what you know. That only happens if you are in the room, if you are asking questions, if you are challenging their assumptions, if you are guiding them towards actual reality instead of letting them work from a generic playbook. The consultant brings the expertise, you bring the context. Without both, you don't get much. So here are the 5 rules I now follow before hiring any outside help, consultant, advisor, agency, anyone. 1, define the specific outcome before you sign anything, not just improve operations. What specific metrics, by how much, by when, put it in writing. 2, stay involved almost daily in the early stages. So here are 5 rules I now follow. So here are the 5 rules I now follow before hiring any outside help, consultant, advisor, agency, anyone. 1, define a specific outcome before you sign anything, not just improve operations. What specific metrics? By how much? By when? Put it in writing. 2, stay involved almost daily in the early stages, not weekly, daily. Especially in the first 30 days, you need to know exactly what they're working on, what assumptions they're making, and where they're spending their time. Weekly check-ins give a bad consultant too much time. If they tell you daily involvement is too much, that's a red flag. A good consultant wants your input because they know your context is what makes their work actually useful. 3, ask them to teach you as they go. The best consultants make themselves unnecessary over time. If they're not teaching you, they're creating dependency. That serves them, not you. 4, push back on everything that doesn't fit your reality. A good consultant will welcome that. A bad one will get defensive. That reaction alone tells you everything you need to know. 4, push back on everything that doesn't fit your reality. 4, push back on everything that doesn't fit your reality. A good consultant will welcome that. A bad one will get defensive. That reaction alone tells you everything you need to know. 5, Evaluate progress at 30 days, not 90, not at the end of the engagement. At 30 days, ask what has actually changed. If the answer is nothing, cut it there. Look, this applies beyond consultants. It applies to anyone you bring in to help your business. Accountants, attorneys, marketing agencies, technology vendors. You cannot hand off the thinking. You cannot outsource your judgment. I came from Wall Street and I know how to evaluate a deal. I know how to stress test an investment, and I still made this mistake because I did not spend sufficient time and I trusted too easily. The lesson isn't don't hire outside consult. The lesson is not don't hire outside help. Outside help can be incredibly valuable when you use it correctly. The lesson is stay in the driver's seat, always. No matter how much you're paying someone, no matter how impressive their resume is, you are the operator. You know your business. Never forget that. And here's an interesting footnote that's relevant right now. One of the things I've been using AI for, specifically Claude, is exactly the kind of structure and thinking that a consultant was supposed to help me with. Building frameworks, thinking through operational problems, stress testing decisions. The difference is when I work with AI, I'm deeply involved in every step. I'm guiding it, I'm pushing back, I'm bringing back my context to it. And that's exactly how it should work. Maybe that's the real lesson from $50,000 misstep, that the best tools, human or artificial, only work when you stay engaged. My friends call me Bono. I spent 20 years working on Wall Street, and I built businesses from scratch. I made expensive mistakes, and I learned from all of them. That's what this channel is about. Real lessons, real numbers, no fluff. I will have a new video every week. Let's get smart together.